everybody, how do you do? How do you do, everybody, how do you do? Oh, you come to gym for fun and we'll get you on the run.
Hi everyone, Teacher Jade here. I've picked out some of my favourite moments from the whole Little Gym at Home series for you today. Enjoy!
Calling all your dancing divas, let's get warmed up. I've got the red mat around me, which has got lots of space for all our spatial orientations, spinning and rotations. You make sure that you move your furniture around so that we have the same kind of space. Right. Music. Thank you. Okay. First activity we're going to do is called a fireman's carry. I want to see how low you can lower your baby over your shoulder. You're going to yank them over like this, hold them by the ankles, and then give them a really lovely upside down experience. We're just going to go for a little walk around your room, just like so. Right, after that upside down experience, we are now going to give them a spinning experience. I want you to hold them like this. We're going to spin around one side, stop, and over to the other side, and stop. We don't want to overstimulate them, so never spin more than 4 times in one direction at the same time. And around. One more. Stop. And one more. And stop. Great. Spinning. Now, time for some upside down again. For this one, we're going to hold our baby like this, and we're going to let them go upside down and have their own little upside down party over here. There we go, and bring them up and give them a cuddle. We look for a few different clues and cues when they go upside down to assess how comfortable they are. If you see that the eyes are rolling back in the socket and the arms is extending above the head like this, then it means they are nice and comfortable. If they don't do it, just do smaller versions, and make sure you give them nice big cuddles when you bring them back up so that they feel nice and safe and secure. But do not stop the upside down, as they need that for their inner ear movement. Right. After we've done the upside down backwards, we are now going to focus on our upside down going forwards. So we're going to see if we can review our front forward rolls, straddle your legs nice and wide, and we're going to pull them through and help them to do a forward roll into a stand. Let's do that one more time. Hold your baby safe and secure around the hips, straddle your legs, pull them nice and far through your legs into a forward roll and up to a stand. There we go. One more, let's go. Ready? And up. That's it. All right. For my last activity today, I would like for us to review our backward rolls. So we're going to lower ourselves down to the floor. We're going to see if we can today lift them by the hips, lift them up and onto their feet. If they don't respond and don't immediately put out the arms when they're upside down, it's absolutely fine. The more you do it, the more the body part awareness will kick in, and the more they will realize that they can push up on the arms when you lift the hips up. Just like that. And then to finish it all off, let's do a little bit of jumping. There we go. Are we ready? This is really good for my bilateral coordination. We can start with some small jumps, just like this. Tell them they're landing on their feet every time they come down. And if they feel brave enough and you feel strong enough, feel free to give them a bit of a hop in the air and a hop in the air. There's one more. There we go.
Hi, our first skill is going to actually be a 3-roll combo. So we're going to start off with a log roll, which you've done before if you've seen some of our other videos. We're then going to do a forward roll, and then we're going to finish off with a backward roll. Now I'm going to run through them a couple of times each, so if you can watch me, and then you can have a go at practicing yourself. So the first one is going to be the log roll. So I'm going to take Chewy here, who's my little helper today. I'm going to lie on my back. I give them a nice tight cuddle. And then as I roll, I take all the weight on my elbows and my knees, and I'm going to roll all the way back. Now with this one, you're going to control the speed, you can control the movement, and by taking them out of that plane of movement, and just like some of the other skills we've done today, it really helps with their spatial orientation. Now, I'm going to show you that one again. This time you have a go with me. So, lying on my back, nice tight cuddle, going to roll all the way over on my elbows and my knees, roll all the way back. Now, if you've done this one correct, you will still have one whole baby. So, Chewy's looking good. We're going to move on to forward rolls. So the next one, you're going to start with Chewy, just like a little sack of potatoes, like a little rugby ball. And if you can remember, we sing the little song. So we're going to go hands high, touch the sky, hands down, touch the ground. Use our spare hand to tuck his head in, look at your tummy and roll. And then all the way back up. And if you can stand up, you can bring him all the way up to standing as well. So should we do that one again? So a little sack of potatoes, hands high, touch the sky, hands down, touch the ground, look at your tummy and roll. And then back up to your feet. So well done, Chewy. We're going to move on. And our final roll is going to be the backward roll. So this is a new one that you haven't tried before on these videos. So we're going to grab them in the feet. We're going to go toes to nose. And I've got one hand nice and up in the top shoulder pocket. Toes to nose. And on the third one, all the way over and back into this prone position. Hopefully you'll see your little one will bring their arms forward and they're in this little crawling piece just like that. Now we're going to try that one again. So back over, and you can do this one with me now. Grab them like you're changing their nappy with your hand, other hand in the shoulder pocket, toes to nose, and then all the way over into that crawling position, just like that. And then you can bring Chewy all the way back up.
For this activity, you're going to put your little one down on the floor. I've got a nice gymnastics mat, but you could use a towel or maybe your play mat. We're going to warm up their legs and their feet. We're going to do a few activities, so have a look. Hands are going to go like this. You put your hands on their thighs, and you're going to have toes are going to go all the way round in a big circle with their legs, and then toes on their nose, and then swishing side to side with their legs, and then we'll finish off with a bit of sensory fun. But you just follow along with the music and see how you get on. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay.
The wheels on the bus go round and
all the way round. That's it. So you're holding just over the knees with nice big hands. All the way round. Have some fun with them. Look in the eyes. Hello. There we go. Round we go. Well done, everybody. That's it. Good.
Great, moms and dads, let's do legs up
Okay, so
and legs down.
toes on the nose for this one.
Legs up and down.
Yeah.
Ready?
That's it.
Let's go.
That's it.
People on the bus go up and down.
You can even do a bit of Peepo if you want.
Up
Peepo.
and down. People on the bus go up and down.
Hello.
The town. All through the town.
Yay.
All through the town.
Good.
Now, moms and dads, keeping the legs together, let's go side to
Just
side
like this.
like windshield wipers. Let's give it a go.
Let's go.
Ready?
Yeah. Side to side.
Wipers on the bus go swish, swish, swish.
That's it.
Swish, swish, swish. Swish, swish, swish. The wipers on the bus
That's it.
go
Remember to maintain eye contact and have some fun with your baby.
all through the town. All through the town.
There we go.
Okay, moms and dads, let's do a grandma or grandpa kiss on the underside of your little person.
Okay, just have some fun with the little one.
A little fun and make a little noise. Thank you.
That's it. So blow some raspberries. Are they laughing? You ready? There we go.
Moms and dads, let's give them a belly chin tickle.
Okay, look at this
Let's
one.
sing the
Hold them like this,
Lovers to
and you're gonna
Wheels
go
on the
up
Bus. Are you
and all the way
ready?
down.
Let's go.
You ready?
Parents on the bus,
I've got you. We've got you! We love you! Up and down! There we go!
I think I'm gonna kiss you.
Okay, give them a big kiss and a cuddle, parents. There we go.
Okay, so for this part of our session, we're going to focus a little bit on tummy time. We know that tummy time is a really important part of the baby's development, and the reason for this is because their heads are so big still at this age, and with big heads means that they're heavy. So for them to keep their heads up, the spine needs to get needs to be strong enough to keep their heads up. So a nice way to trick them into tummy time is to let them lie across your legs like so. You can let the arms come down a little bit, and all you're going to do now is just gently lift your knees and lower your knees, and lift your knees and lower your knees. And if you want to make it a little bit more fun for your adrenaline junkie babies, then you can see if you can go up fast and down and up and down. This will surely cause quite a few giggles in the living room for you, just like this. All right, once you've done a few of those, another way to get them onto their tummies and to trick them is to let them come and lie on your shins, just like this. Make sure you hold them nice and secure around their waist, and then you're just going to gently rock back. You're rocking, and they are on their tummies, and you are just rocking. You can keep the eye contact to make sure that it's a nice and nurturing experience for them. And remember, they will look to you to see how to respond in crazy times, to make them feel nice and safe and secure. This is a lovely way to trick them into another way of a tummy time exercise. Once we've done the tummy times rocking, I would like for you to progress it to a front whip to do. We haven't talked about this a lot in our sessions at the little gym at home. So what I want you to do now is get your hands around their bodies like so. You're going to rock backwards slowly. And once you get to the top, see if you're strong enough to spin them all the way over your head. If you don't feel strong enough, you can leave them there and turn around and pick them up. Or if you feel like you still have some arm strength left, you can lift them up, bring them back onto your shins, and you can bring them back into their front whips too. You can try to do a little bit of a sequence of skills where you go rock, 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 and front whip to do, just like that. And then you bring them all the way back. So a nice way to trick them into another version of a tummy time. If you feel even more jazzy, then the next one that I want you to do is to do a little bit of a sequence of skills together. So for this one, we're going to review what we did during our warm-up, a different type of backward roll, where we're going to lift them up in the hips. We want them to extend their arms, to press on the arms and land on their feet. But it's not always the case, because for them to be in a different movement plane and to know where the hands and the feet are is quite a tricky thing for them to understand. So if they're not there yet, it's absolutely fine for you just to lift them through this kind of motion. How we put this all together is going to look a little bit like this. So you're going to have them back on your shins. You're going to rock 1, 2, build up your momentum, flip them over your head, bring them back, and now get yourself up, shoulders up, and then you're going to lie them all the way back down. Are you ready for the party trick? Woohoo! And back up onto their feet, just like that. I hope you enjoy all these tricks at home.
Hi there. Now we're going to do our ball activity. Now I'm going to use this large ball. This is just to really show off the range of motion, but you can use any shape, size of ball that you've got at home. So if you want to go and get that now, and then we'll start straight away. So the first thing we'll do is going to place Chewy on top of the ball, on his tummy. Again, working on the spine strength, his neck, his shoulder, but also on depth perception as he comes forward and he sees the floor, and also his sense of touch in his feet as he comes to the other side. So we're going to rock them backwards and forwards. Again, also helping balance as we do this, and we're going to sing a little song to really help them just to combine the two together. So the first one is going to be slowly, slowly. So we're going to go slowly, slowly, very slowly goes the garden snail. slowly, 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 slowly on the wooden rail. Now we're going to switch him round. He's going to sit on top of the ball. It's going to work on hip flexors, and you'll see this with your little one while they're sitting on there. You can support them around the waist and also obviously on their core and their balance as having to adjust themselves on this really uneven surface as they're doing. Now we're going to go quickly this time, and it's going to be a little mouse, but don't worry, if you haven't got it so far, we're going to run through this again so you get the whole singing bit again as well. So we're going to go now. Quickly, quickly, very quickly goes the little mouse. Quickly, quickly, very quickly, straight into the house. Have you got it so far? Right, shall we go back? Now we're going to go back onto their tummy again. Now remember, as they come forwards, you might find they're even reaching their hands down to actually break their fall. So that's a really important bit as they're starting to develop. So we're going to go slowly, slowly, very slowly goes the garden snail. Slowly, slowly, very slowly on the wooden rail. And then back up, sitting back on top. You ready? Quickly, quickly, very quickly goes the little mouse. Quickly, quickly, very quickly, straight into the house. Woohoo! There you go.
Okay, I have one more rocking and rolling activity for you to do. We're going to sing the Grand Old Duke of York together, that old British cult classic, but we're going to throw in a few moves and a few shapes into the song. This is a really lovely action-packed song, so please sing along with me, follow along all the activities, so that this is something that you can do at home once I've left the screen. Right, so we're going to start like this. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. He marched them to the left. He marched them to the right. He even marched them upside down. Oh, wasn't that a sight? Now, if you feel even more jazzy, we're going to do a different version where we're going to finish with a back whoop to do. We're going to sing again. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. He marched them to the left. He marched them to the right. He even marched them upside down. Oh, wasn't that a sight? I've been Marlene, and this has been the Little Gym at Home.
It's time to say goodbye.